Welcome again to the old principal. 我就是老校长. And we have another English lesson. Now this will be number 302. 302. Jim and Sherry. I'm talking about two people. Their names were Jim and Sherry. But I want you to look at this picture because this picture will describe, or at least pictures, something that I'll talk about. Do you know what this is here? This is 微波炉, okay? A microwave oven. And this is, well, I don't know what it is. It is an egg, 鸡蛋. So we're going to come back to looking at this story in just a minute. But before we do, my wife will read the whole story. See if you can catch the idea. We'll look at it in detail in just a minute. But for the moment, go ahead and listen as Connie reads.
Story 302. Jim and Sherry. When Jim and Sherry arrived at our school, I was very pleased. First of all, Jim's mom was a college professor who taught teachers how to teach. Even though he had not finished his last year of college, he was already experienced in the ways of education. Jim would teach English to the high school students. Jim and Sherry lived in a little corner apartment in the girls' dormitory. The apartment had one drawback. The hot water heater area was not well sealed, and it allowed rats free access into their apartment. One day I went to visit them. As I knocked, Jim yelled out from the inside, "Come in and shut the door quickly!" Just as I entered the room, I heard a loud crash, and pieces of plastic flew in all directions. Temporarily stunned, I heard him say, "Rats! I missed him!" Then he explained that he had tried to kill a trespassing rat with his plastic dustpan. He destroyed the dustpan, but he missed the rat. In the course of 2 years, Jim and Sherry hand-killed 26 rats in that apartment. Jim and I had several things in common. First of all, we were exactly the same height, 186 centimeters. We weighed the same and even wore the same size shoes. We also shared the same hobby. We both liked jogging. During this time, we bought our first microwave oven. And Uncle Jim told our son about what happens when a fresh egg is put into a microwave oven. It blows up. He ended up by saying, "But John, you wouldn't want to do that." "Oh, you want to bet?" John immediately trotted across the lawn to our house. He found a fresh egg, put it in the microwave, and blew it up. Oh, it was great fun and even educational. But John's mother was not pleased with that experiment. She made him clean up splattered egg off the inside of the microwave oven.
Welcome back. We are ready to go. When Jim and Sherry arrived at our school, I was very pleased. Well, first of all, I needed a teacher to teach English, and I need a teacher for my son, and I'll explain that. Jim and Sherry arrived at our school. I was 高兴得不得了, very pleased. First of all, Jim's mom was a college professor. Her mother was a college professor, 大学教授. And what did she teach? She taught education. 就是教育系 or if you want to be very specifically, she taught teachers how to teach. You got that? She taught teachers how to teach. Okay, so she was, you could say, a teacher of teachers. Going on. Even though he had not finished his last year of college. Okay, 虽然呢 he had not finished his last year of college. 他大学最后一年还没有念完. He was already experienced in the ways of education. 在教育上已经有这个经验，已经有经验。Actually, in this story about Jim, he told me later on that it was burnout. 他已经读得太快，太浓了。And so he got tired of school. He said, I need a break. 我要休息一下. And so I actually wrote to my friend and asked him if he could find somebody, and he did. Now, he was already experienced in education going on. Jim would teach English to the high school students. Now remember, our high school is in Taiwan, southern Taiwan, and I needed an English teacher. So he would teach English to the high school students. Okay, that was cool. That was good. Go ahead. And maybe I don't say it here, but Sherry taught my son. 教我的孩子. Jim and Sherry lived in a little corner apartment in the girls' dormitory. Now let's take a look at this. Jim and Sherry lived in a corner apartment. Okay, 这个是一个公寓 in the girls' dormitory. Actually, the girls' dormitory was kind of square. It's kind of squarish like this. And in the corner is where they lived. Okay, 他们的公寓是一个corner 在那个角 Okay, a little corner apartment. It's not a little corner, it's a little apartment in the corner of the girls' dormitory. 这个学生宿舍女生宿舍. The apartment had one drawback. 唯一的 well, I don't know. Maybe there's more than one. More than one. You say 不好点 or 缺点. The apartment had one drawback. Okay, drawback. What is a drawback? Drawback is a 缺点. So if there's a draw or 不好点, something that's 不理想. Okay, yeah. In fact, that may be a good translation. It wasn't very ideal. 不理想. The hot water heater area. So there was a section for the hot water. The hot water heater area was not well sealed, and it allowed rats free access into their apartment. Let's see if I can say that. In their apartment, they had a hot water heater. 热水器. Okay, and it was in a little box, a little room. 这个小小的房间，好像这个衣柜一样. Very small. But it was not well sealed. 没有好好的封起来. So it wasn't sealed. Okay, So, because it was open to somewhere, it allowed 就让这个老鼠 rats free access to their house, to their apartment. When it says free access, it means 随时随地他们就可以去他们的公寓。Now, if that were you, would you be happy? No. And so that's part of this story going on. One day, I went to visit them. Okay? One day, I went to visit them. That year, I was the principal. 那年我是校长. Okay? And Jim yelled out from inside. He said, "Come in and shut the door quickly. Come in and shut the door quickly." 很快关上门. Okay, this is no problem going on. Just as I entered the room, I heard a loud crash, and pieces of plastic flew in all directions. I entered the room, okay, and there was a loud crash, 很大的，好像碰到东西的这个响声啊， a loud crash, and pieces of plastic, 塑料片 ，OK， 四处到处横飞啊 ，pieces of plastic, 塑料片 ，pieces of plastic flew in all directions. Whoa, going on. Temporarily stunned. Stunned meaning I just stopped like, what is going on? And then I heard him say, "Rats." I missed him. Now, when I wrote this story, I wrote it very carefully because this is very interesting. A rat is 老鼠. Okay? But sometimes it's an exclamation. It's a way to express something without saying it too bad. So rats simply means 糟糕,糟糕, rats. But when he said, I missed him, 我找不到他, then I realized that in fact he was trying to kill a real rat. So when I say rats, 它的含义比较有意思了. The meaning is a little bit more interesting than usually we have going on. He explained that he had tried to kill a trespassing rat with his plastic dustpan. So I brought a plastic dustpan here. This is a dustpan. This is a 扫把. It's a broom. And this is, well, we call it dustpan. 簸箕, okay? Different places call it different things. he took his dustpan like this, and he was going to tried to kill this trespassing rat. Now, what does trespassing mean? When you go to somebody else's 跑到别人的地盘或者他们的地 and you are not invited, you do not have permission, 也没有允许，没有批准, then you are trespassing. Of course, the rat came and nobody wanted the rat. He was not asked to come, so he was trespassing. 真的是不欢迎. And so Uncle Jim, we called him Uncle Jim. He was younger than me, but to the children, we always talked about Uncle Jim. We said Uncle Jim took his plastic dustpan and he tried to kill the rat. He destroyed the dustpan. He destroyed the dustpan. 完全坏掉，完全坏掉。Then he missed the rat. 打不到他。Now, going on. In the course of 2 years, okay, 2年当中啊, in the course of 2 years, Jim and Sherry hand-killed 26 rats. 亲手打死 26 rats in their apartment. They are very patient people. I would have asked to live somewhere else. But they were very patient, and they were there for 26 rats. 26 of these rats were killed in there. Going on. Jim and I had several things in common. Okay, 我们有一些共同点. First of all, we were exactly the same height. 我们的身高 is 186 centimeters. So that's what I am. I am 186 centimeters. That's how tall I am. He was 86 centimeters. Going on next. We weighed the same. 我们的体重 exactly the same. We weighed the same. We even wore the same size shoes. So our shoes were exactly the same. 大小一样. And we also shared the same hobby. When he said we shared the same hobby, that means share is 分享. But in this case, shared meaning 我们两者是同一个 hobby. To share in this case is not 分享. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess you could say I shared with him and he shared with me. But it's probably better that we had to say we had the same hobby. We both liked jogging. He liked to jog. I liked to jog. So we were very similar. Although I was probably, I would say he's 8 or 9 years younger than me. But anyway, he was a very interesting person. That's Jim. Going on. During this time, we bought our first microwave oven. 买了第一个微波炉. So, we bought this new microwave oven. Going on. And Uncle Jim, that's Jim, because we always, to our children, he was Uncle Jim. Uncle Jim told our son what happens when a fresh egg is put into a microwave oven. It blows up. So Uncle Jim told our son. How old was our son? About 8, 9 years old. Okay. And he told him, 一个新鲜的鸡蛋放在微波炉, something happens. It blows up. It blows up. 会爆炸. So, and he ended up by saying, but John, you wouldn't want to do that. 你也不会这样做. Of course, the idea is, 是不是？对不对？你不会这样做. That's not necessarily true. Going on. You want to bet? You want to bet? No. John immediately trotted across the lawn. Immediately trotted across the lawn. 马上就跑回家. Trotted is another way of saying 慢跑. It's 轻松的跑. 他轻松的跑回家. 过这个院子里面的草坪. So over to our house, he went over to our house. He found a fresh egg. 找到一个新鲜的鸡蛋. And he put it in the microwave. 放在微波炉. And he blew it up. 就让它这个爆炸. Go ahead. It was great fun. 真的好玩. I mean, he thought. 真的是好玩. And it was even educational. 有教育意义的. So it was fun. I mean, he had fun. And it was educational. But John's mother, my wife, was not pleased with the experiment. 对他的试验一点都不高兴. 他不高兴. 他真的是不高兴. Did I say that right? He was in trouble. Sometimes we say you're in a doghouse when your mother or your father or somebody gets very mad at you. Going on. She made him. 强迫他, 叫他, and of course he had to obey. Clean up the spattered egg off the inside of the microwave oven. Okay. 要收拾干净. 收拾干净. Okay. Okay. What is this spattered egg off the inside of the microwave oven? 在这个微波炉这个里面的. What is a spattered egg? So, 鸡蛋的碎末. 鸡蛋碎末. It actually flew onto, and so he had to take and wash all of this off. He had to wash all of this off. Spatter, 这个碎末, okay, egg that's on the inside of the microwave oven. So, there you have it. Just like I mentioned at the beginning, a friend of mine came to visit us last night who had been Jim's student in America. So she took a picture of my script, 我的稿子，她就照相 and sent it to Jim. And then this morning, early this morning, I wrote to Jim, I sent the actual script to him. And he wrote back and he said, actually, when I wrote to him, I said, hey, those were good days, interesting days. That's when we were young. That's when we were full of energy. And our children were experimenting. Children do that, you know. 他们喜欢做实验, right? Children are always experimenting. And these were good days. These were days when the children were experimenting. Jim and I were young. We have talked about, or will talk about, some of the other experiences that Jim and I had. So, those are the good days of long ago. Maybe at that time, not so happy. Maybe a little nerve-wracking, 使人家紧张的. But nowadays, when we're much older, we look back to those days and say, wow, very interesting, 很有意思. Our lives were very interesting. Well, you can write an email to us. We have an email address, and it is theoldprincipal@gmail.com. And you can look at many of these same stories on our website. I always put up some new ones every week. So go to the website www.theoldprincipal.org. It's been great spending this time with you, and I hope that you will join us next time too. Bye-bye.